This is a great time of the year to be fishing a jig. What's a little trick you could do to your jig, to have better hookups? Good morning, guys and girls. December 22nd. Very, very, very close to Christmas. I bet all you little boys and girls are being real good right about now, right? I know I am, because Chris is still shopping. Jimmy is still shopping. I just got to have it done by the night of the 24th. We have our Christmas on Christmas Eve. Anything up to, but not including Christmas Eve, is shopping early. It's Jimmy's philosophy. Well, I hope it's not anybody else's. Okay, we're looking at Luke 24:38. Jesus said, this is the red letters, guys. Jesus said, "Why are you troubled? Why do you doubt what you see?" He was talking to his disciples right there. He's talking to his closest friends. He was talking to people that had seen him call Lazarus out of a grave after he'd been there for 4 days and smelling bad is what everybody thought. And he saw him walk on water. They saw him touch people's eyes and open them, and they could see for the first time ever in his life. He saw him cast out demons. He saw all of this, and yet he told them here in Luke, "Why are you troubled? Why do you doubt what you see?" You actually seeing it, and you still doubt it. We call that lack of faith. That's what we call it. Here's what I wrote about that. Bass fishermen, particularly tournament anglers, are known for getting help from one another. Even at the highest level, we continue to ask one another for help. We simply know that we don't have all the answers in every situation. We are constantly talking to each other at dinner, at weigh-ins, or before the tournament starts in the morning, after the tournament, talking to each other about what we're doing, trying to get help from other fishermen. After Jesus' resurrection, many doubted and still did not believe what they were actually seeing. I'm talking about, Jesus is talking here to the people that actually saw him after he walked out of that grave. Some found it easier to believe they were seeing a ghost, not looking into the eyes of the risen Savior, but they were seeing him. They were seeing Jesus. You and I will also. Jesus is bigger than death. Jesus is bigger than sickness. Jesus is bigger than money problems, family problems, work problems. He is bigger than any situation that you and I will ever face. We need only to believe and not doubt what we see. If you've been saved for any period of time at all, you've seen Jesus perform miracles in your life. You've seen Jesus perform miracles in other people's lives. You've seen it happen, you know. So when you need a miracle, today or tomorrow or next month or next year, you know where it's coming from. All right, here's our tip. Here's our tip for this week. This is really a good one, and I really wish that I had a jig here to show you, because what I'm saying here, some of y'all that don't fish a lot might not understand, and I have had some suggestions about, when we're talking about lures on some of these tips, to go ahead and actually have the lure and hold it up, but that's easier said than done, because a lot of times we're doing these tips out in the woods and on the water, and of course we're on the water, we usually got baits in the boat, but we do have baits in the boat if we're on the water. We got a lot of baits in the boat, but we're at a lot of places where we just simply don't have the bait handy, and we'll try to see if we can't do that a little bit more in 2021. Okay, here's our tip. Trim and flare the weed guards on your jigs for better hookups. Now, 90% of you probably understood exactly what I said there. Trim and flare the weed guards on your jigs for better hookups. Your weed guard is, they can be various things, but they're usually little fibers, and they stick out of the head of the jig and they come back to your hook. And it tries to make your jig weedless. It doesn't always do it, but it helps your jig be weedless. You don't just have a hook, you've got a weed guard over the top of it. That weed guard's not weeds, it's usually little stiff strips of plastic. And they're usually pretty stiff. Now, what I'm talking about trimming them is taking a knife and cutting them off where they match up right with the point of your hook, where they don't go way over it. They match up just above the point of your hook, so they can just barely keep that hook from getting hung up. And secondly, I flare them out. So in other words, I'll take them, they're usually pretty tight together, kind of like that. I'll take them and I'll open them up and flare them out. So in other words, it's tight together. I'll open it up where it's wider. This makes it softer, which a fish can bite on it, and when he bites it, he gets a better hookup. And it also makes it where as it hits branches, it covers a lot wider area. And it's really a neat, easy trick to do, usually with any jig that's got a fiber weed guard on there. And I promise you, when you set the hook on a fish, you're gonna have a lot better hookups and lose less fish. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. Remember, I love you.